be new to Tennessee and wondering what's the difference between all these different birthplaces, I wanted to share a little bit about my experience with you today. So, if you are one of those moms who would like a water birth, you only have two options right now in this area. One is a home birth. There you go. The second option is the Vanderbilt Birth Center. That's it. The other locations do have tubs, but they don't allow you to birth in them, labor in them, but not deliver your baby there. Now, the next thing you might be wondering is what's the difference between all these different birth centers, right? Well, we do not have a birth center here that allows home birth midwives to come in and deliver. Sorry, it doesn't exist right now. We do have several different places that call themselves a birth center. And so you have the Vanderbilt Birth Center, which is kind of, I call it my halfway house between home birth and hospital birth. And what that means is that you come in close to the end of your labor actually and deliver, and don't stay very long. Stay about 4 to 6 hours before you go home. The Vanderbilt Birth Center does not have lactation or overnight care in the sense of like hospitals do, because your goal is to be healthy and be able to go home and see them another day. Now, they also are neat because their goal is, what do you want? What's your birth plan? They do not offer epidurals at the Vanderbilt Birth Center. They do not offer C-sections there. They do have medical equipment if needed. It rarely is, but it is there if needed. They can also transfer you to Vanderbilt Hospital, which is just a couple minutes away. Now, St. Thomas Midtown, Hendersonville, several other places say they have a birth center, but that's really just another room on the same floor next to the other labor rooms. They are still wanting you to get IVs. They're still wanting you to follow their protocols within the hospital. And it's a little less mom focused, more hospital and policy focused. So kind of think about that when you're choosing where you want to deliver. Is their policy, and is it a true birth center, even if they call themselves such? So they might have a bed, not like a hospital bed in that room, but they're still going to want the monitoring. They're still going to want an IV. They're still going to want different things based on their hospital's policies. So to me, it's different than like the Vanderbilt Birth Center that has been a standalone birth center for years and is now owned by Vanderbilt itself. So kind of think about that. And then the next choice you have after that concept is a hospital. A lot of great hospitals around. St. Thomas Midtown or Ascension. They do the most births around here, a large volume. Vanderbilt comes next in its volume, and Centennial after that. So you will want to look at them to see what their C-section rate is, to see how they care for their moms, etc. One thing I do like about Vanderbilt Hospital is their policy towards labor is, how can we serve you? I love that kind of concept. They want your birth plan. They want to see what it is. They want to see how they can support you, etc. So I just think it's a great place to give birth. I've given birth there myself, and I've given my birth in Centennial as well. So I have a couple different experiences to compare personally. Also, I've been a doula in these different locations, and I find that Vanderbilt is my easiest to work with if a mom wants lots of options or wants to take her placenta home or doesn't want to bathe their baby or those kind of things that Vanderbilt doesn't bat an eye. And they're like, we support you. What does mom want? Now, if you're planning on a C-section, any of the hospitals are good. Centennial has done the most, has, I guess, the highest C-section rate around here. So they do a lot of C-sections. So if that's what you're planning on, it's a great hospital to go to. So please look at volume, look at what amenities they offer, and look at their philosophy and their treatment towards women, and think of, is this what I want? Because if you're planning a C-section, you're not going to be able to deliver at the Vanderbilt Birth Center because they don't do that there. If you're planning on an epidural, you're not going to be able to deliver in the Vanderbilt Birth Center. So think about what you want for your birth and then try to match your center choice on what you want. And then that will make a better experience for you. Just the place you choose to give birth can affect your birth outcomes. Some of the hospitals have a rate of 1 in 2 women who walk in the doors get a C-section, regardless of the care provider, regardless of their pregnancy and labor conditions. So think about that. Where you choose to give birth will vastly affect your birth outcomes. And also make sure you have great support, a doctor who supports your birth plan, and a doula or a husband or a partner or a mom, somebody else to be there to support you at all times through this whole process. We hope this is helpful, that you learned a little bit about the hospitals around here, and we hope you have a great birth.